Hey everybody, welcome to another trading day recap. This one is for May 17, 2021. Before I get started, I want to go over this journal that I'm liking so far. I signed up the beginning of May or something like that, and I imported April 19 to present day trades. If you guys want to check out the journal, the link is in the description. So I do have this setup report admins up right now, and I'm liking how it keeps track of all my setups that I go for. So after I import the trades, I just kind of go through and put in all the setups that I use to take that position. So I do have bear flags, breakout, bull flags, low of day break, trendline break, and trendline breakout. As you can see, since the time that I've imported all my trades, I'm up $8,300, and this isn't as accurate because I haven't really logged all my trades as trendline breakdowns. So I can't, it really works though. It does show that I am using this more often, this setup. And you can also see that most of my trades cost around $3,000 to almost $10,000 to actually get a really big profit. And I'm averaging about $532 per day. So that's not too bad. I'm doing pretty good so far for the month of May. And I'm really liking the dashboard. So let's go over the calendar. So right now I do have 3 trades to go over today, $485. And my first trade was on Tesla. I was actually up $806 and was planning on calling it a day because, Monday is a really choppy day for the past few months. And I haven't really been liking the look of the market lately. So I decided to take a few more trades and call it a day after 3 losing trades, but I called it after 2 losing trades because these losers were fairly pretty big. So $806 went down to $485 in profit. As you can see, I did follow all my setup strategies. So trendline breakdown is what I used to trade all of them. It was just a choppy market. I did enter in at a good time where the market looked like it was going to go down, so put positions was what I was looking for. And then next thing you know, the market just started reversing on me, so that's when I just decided to call it quits and not push it on a Monday. Just ending the day a little bit green, and let's go over the live trades. All right, Tesla's opening below 582. I'm going to take 2 contracts to start off. Trading right below the 20 moving average. It's looking like it could hold below the 20 moving average. This is a high risk trade because Tesla is moving up right now and it's trading above the moving average. The 20 moving average is above the 50 and the 50 is above the yellow, which is a high risk that the stock might move up and just make new high of day. But I'm looking at the Nasdaq right now. You can see Nasdaq right here is trading really low, and there's really no clear patterns that I see on Nasdaq so far. So I'm hoping that Nasdaq is going to make a new low of the day, but right now Tesla is just wanting to move up. So it does chop around for a little bit. Let's take a look. So it is fighting. The resistance level became, this trend line became resistance. So really trying to be patient with the trade. I want to see a break below the 50 moving average and the VWAP right here. See it's bouncing. That wick just kind of supported the moving average, the 50 and the VWAP. So I really want to see this fall through to this level. You can see on the options chart right here, that level, or the resistance level, is about $19 to $19.50 per contract. So I really want to play it safe with Tesla moving up today. I want to enter or exit at around the low $19. So this is the options contract that I'm trading here. And I always have the chart up of the options so that way I know when to get out of my position. All right, so looks like it's gonna move lower. Look at the Nasdaq is making a red candle. So is Tesla. It's looking good so far. Nasdaq is looking a little choppy, so I'm hoping that this choppiness just kind of ends in a few minutes and then flush Tesla down along with it. All right, so the trade's moving lower. I identified the resistance level on the options chart. So I'll be exiting 5 contracts at $19.10. That's a $806 profit. So I'm not really liking the wick of this because that's just a sign that, you know, sellers might die down. But I'm really trying to be patient as the candle closes. Nasdaq is pushing down and Tesla really wants to push up. So you can see it's just a bigger red candle here. It's a smaller body candle here, or was. So now it's just gonna flush down. There we go. I'm looking to see $19.10 on the contracts. Really trying to, you know, trust my gut here and just take a quick profit. And I'm about to get a fill, 1910. Nasdaq's moving lower. You can see 3 red candles here, 3 red candles on Tesla. It's looking good. And I'm all out. $806 profit for Tesla. All right, Facebook looks good to the downside. It is a little risky. All I returned with just 2 contracts to start off. 2 contracts on Facebook isn't too bad. It is making a move lower. Below 312 is what I like. Or sorry, 313. So I entered at the break of 313 and looking for a flush down lower to just the low of the day, so that way I can take profit before it forms a double bottom. Not really liking the price action here because there are buyers at 313 pushing it up. So when I get into a trade, I do want to see it push down below a whole number. So right now it's trading above 313. Not really liking the looks of this chart now. So it is risky because you can see that once it broke through the trend line, it did make a push up, and that to me tells me that there are still a lot of buyers that are trying to push this stock up. Because most of the time when I have a clean chart like this, sometimes what it does once it breaks through is it chops around just a little bit and then makes a flush down. But since it broke the trend line and then moved up past this trend line and used the resistance, the 100 moving average as resistance, it might just mean that, you know, sellers are just not in play yet and buyers are taking over. But I am also liking the look of the 1 minute chart where it's trading below the 20 moving average. And sometimes when I see it trading below the 20 moving average, especially the VWAP, I do see it possibly making a strong flush down. So I am actually in this trade for just a little bit before I get stopped out. My stop was above 314, which was actually this candle's wick, or just a little below that candle's wick. All right, so I am down about $78. Not really liking the push so far. And Nasdaq is also moving up. You can see Nasdaq did make low of the day when I entered right here, and you can see it also made the same candle, which is just a hammer signaling that it might reverse. So I'm just trying to identify a new trend line and see where we can possibly go here. Because if this is the second bounce, I'm anticipating a third bounce, a breakdown, retest that trend line, and then flush back down. So that's why I drew this this trend line here. So with trend lines, you always have to adjust them. You never really keep them in the same spot, just because sometimes there's price movements that fall below a certain level, and you always have to adjust the trend line. So it is staying below the 20 moving average. Just have to be patient. But sometimes when a trade doesn't go you know, your way, then you might have to cut losses really quick. But right now, this looks good to the downside. It's making a push down, but Nasdaq looks like it will make a push up. So I'm hoping Facebook doesn't follow. So once Nasdaq makes a push up, Facebook will follow and I'll have to get stopped out. Forming a red candle here. It looks like a good bear flag to the downside on the Nasdaq. So once it makes a flush down and a complete bear flag, then Facebook will follow along with it. You can see that it's a red candle and there's a red candle too. Alright, so that didn't work out as well as I expected. Moving on up. And I should probably cut my losses here, but I really never try to get out on a spike. I want to see more of a pullback. It's trading above the 50 moving average now and is looking to close above the 50. That is not a good sign for me. All right. So 314 is my stop and it's getting pretty close. All right, so I'll get stopped out. Looks like buyers are stepping in. Still trying to be patient. Looks like the 100 moving average could be a rejection. All right, we're in the 90s now. So once I see 314 print on the level 2, I'll look to stop out. There it is. Trying to give it some time to see how it react to the 100 moving average. Is it gonna trade below or break out above it? And if it does break out, I'm expecting a strong push up and I'll just have to take a bigger loss than expected. Yeah, there we go. 314s are printing. I'll get stopped out there. And that was a loss. This is quality setup to me. I'll just start off with one contract. A break below 577. I'll enter in here. Just one contract, playing it safe still. It is a Monday. And volume is kind of dying out, it seems like. NASDAQ is making a push lower, and I'm expecting a flush down. Alright, it's chopping around for a little bit. Just want to see where this trade goes. And as always, when I'm ever trading Tesla, I'm always looking at the NASDAQ, the Qs. So whatever the Qs does, Tesla tends to follow. You can also look at the SPY as well too. But NASDAQ follows, or Tesla follows NASDAQ. You can see NASDAQ here and NASDAQ right there. So it's forming, it's making a push up, and now so is Tesla following along with it. There's a push up. I'm gonna look to get stopped out here. You can see that NASDAQ pushed up, and so did Tesla. I'll get stopped out for about $116 loss. Alright guys, that wraps up today's training recap. Hope you guys liked the video. The link for the Discord I'll put in the description, and the link to the journal that I use will also be in the description. Don't forget to leave a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment. It'll really help out. I post these training recap videos every day of the week that I could trade, and on weekends I do my best to push out tutorial videos on how I have my Thinkorswim set up, or go over my strategy. So if you guys want to stay tuned for those videos, go ahead and hit the subscribe.